Hey guys, it's Zach from Say What Zach here. And wow, today already starting off with a bang with this first game. So this is going to be the review of all the games tonight and a preview, a preview of all the games tonight and a review of the first game. Because I have plans tonight, I'm not able to do the review on Monday like normal because of Christmas stuff going on. So we're going to do the review and then like I said the preview and then the review of the first game. But yeah, this is going to be a fun night. I'm going to be trying to watch as much hockey as I can as I have to do all the things that I'm going to be doing tonight. But got to watch probably the funnest game of the night, not gonna lie, already. It was amazing. So the first game of the night was Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Carolina Hurricanes in Toronto. Whew, this was a game. It was a tale of three games, pretty much. So you start out with the first goal, Spezza, from Tavares and Mikheyev at 30 seconds into the first period. So right off the bat, Toronto takes the lead. You're like, oh, right, there you go, Toronto. Nylander goes in and scores at 3:40 of the first period from Tavares and Marner. Now keep track of Tavares and Marner's points here because it gets a little crazy. And then Tavares scores at 5:10 in the first period from Spezza and Kerfoot, making it 3-0 5 minutes into the first period. 3-0. So they pull Reimer, put Mraz again. It was the quickest Reimer has been pulled in his career, I think they said. So yeah, it was looking rough for Carolina. So as we're chugging along, McGinn scores at 13:49 of the first from Pesce and Walmart, not Walmart. I always want to say Walmart for some reason, but it's Walmart. I don't know. It really throws me every time. And then Neshez scores at 19:35 of the first from Walmart and Niederreiter, making it 3-2 at that point in the first. So after the first period, it's 3-2. It's like, okay, well, Toronto looks like they might blow this one. Not looking good. I mean, you had a 3-0 lead. You're going into the intermission with a 3-2. Carolina, you're looking great. You pushed within one. Yeah, it was a rough beginning, but you're starting to come back. You're looking great. Yeah, okay. Necas scores at 15:09 of the second period from Hala and Dzingel, making it 3-3. So you're like, yep, here we go. This is exactly what I was expecting to happen in the second period. Then Hala scores 15:29 of the second period from Necas. Also Necas, again, amazing night for him too. What is that already? 3 points, 2 goals and a goal and assist already. Oh, 2 goals and an assist already. Now like 15 minutes in the second period. So now it's 4-3 for Carolina. You're like, okay, yeah, it's Toronto might be able to push back into this, but giving up that 3-0 lead that's got to be it, right? And on top of it, Svechnikov at 16:13 of the second period scores from Stahl and Teravainen. So now it's 5-3. They blew a 3-0 lead, give up 5 goals without scoring any, and yeah, it's starting to fall apart for Toronto, you would think. Until, in the third period, 2:35 in, Austin Matthews scores in the third from Hyman and Marner. So that's Marner's second point. So Marner has 2 points at this point, and Tavares has 2 points at this point. That's going to get a little bit crazier here. Needed to make 2 columns. That's how crazy this got. Eric Haula scores at 5:58 of the third from Dzingel and Necas, making it 4-5 at that point. I'm starting to lose track. That's how many goals have been scored at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6-4. Sorry, I'm literally losing track of so many goals that were scored here. So 6-4 at this point for Carolina. So you get that 1 goal from Toronto. You're like, oh, maybe. Nah, Carolina just scored, make it 6-4. There's no way. Well, there's a way. Mitch Marner scores at 11:07 in the third period from Matthews and Barrie, and Matthews made a beautiful pass behind, like spin around, passed it across Chase. Marner threw it in the net. So that's now Marner's 3rd point of the night. 1 goal, 2 assists. We're not done. Then Tyson Barrie scores 11:54 into the third. So again, 50 seconds, not even 40-something seconds after Marner gets a goal to make it 6-5. Barrie ties it from Marner and Hyman. So now Marner has 3 assists and 1 goal. That's 4 points on the night. And then 6 seconds after that, Marner scores unassisted off the faceoff from the goal. He scores 12 minutes in, third period. So that now gives him 2 goals and 4 assists. That's 6 points now on the night, if I'm counting that right. So yep, there's an assist here. An assist, that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 points. Sorry, I'm miscounting everything. So anyways, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points on the night so far. And then, and that also makes it 7-6 for Toronto. They haven't scored 7 goals, I think they said, since 2009 in a game. Huge comeback from Toronto after blowing a 3-0 lead. Both coaches were mad and annoyed and really peed off in this game, you could tell. and you can tell that they are not happy with the goaltending or the defensive side. But man, was this entertaining! Like every time I left a room to go grab water and came back in, and there was another goal. I was like, wait, they just scored like 30 seconds ago. What are you talking about? It was just an amazing game to watch. I wish everyone could watch it because this is hockey right here. Anyways, Engel scores the 18-20 of the third period from Zach Hyman, who also had an amazing night too. What is that? I didn't even count Hyman's. Was that 3 assists? 3 assists for Hyman? Yeah. So anyways, your final is 8-6 for Toronto. Amazing game. Shots on goal, 39-41 for Toronto, for Carolina. Yeah, just an amazing game. There's 3 stars are Marner, Tavares, and Nechez. Obviously for the 3 stars, all of them had an amazing night. It was an awesome, awesome game. I'm very happy I got to watch this game, and I'm getting ready to watch the Minnesota game, which is going to be the next game to talk about. But yeah, that was an awesome game. Like I said, if I was only able to watch one game tonight, that's the game I would want to watch, and I'm glad I got to. Anyways, we'll jump into the other games because that's only one out of tons of games going on tonight, as you can see. First off, we got the Minnesota Wild taking on the Calgary Flames at 5 p.m., which starts in just a few minutes of this recording. Minnesota is 17-15-5. Calgary is 19-14-5. So big game for Minnesota to try and get a hair bit closer to Calgary. Right now, if they win this in regulation, they'll pull within 2 points of Calgary. So big game for Minnesota. They need this win. Calgary also needs it because they can they can knock Edmonton out if Edmonton loses tonight. So we'll see. 7 p.m. we got Boston taking on the Washington Capitals. Boston's 21-7-9, and Capitals are 26-6-5. Boston's been playing a lot worse as of late, which sucks. I mean, they're still gathering points here and there. They're plucking a point here and there. But they cannot win in regulation. They're losing a lot of games in overtime. That's not good. Washington, again, best team in the league, hands down. I don't think anyone can really argue that right now with how well they've been playing. So again, the big game for Boston to see if they can match up against the Capitals tonight. You got Tampa taking on Florida, which is also a big game. 7 p.m. Eastern. Tampa is 17-13-4. The Florida Panthers are 18-12-5. So yeah, Florida's currently sitting third in the Atlantic, but that's only putting them. They're tied with Buffalo, 1 point ahead of Montreal, and only 3 points ahead of Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay needs this win in regulation. They cannot allow this to go to overtime because they'll put Florida they'll put them 4 points ahead of them. You don't want to start getting that far right after Christmas break because there's no games from starting tomorrow until the 26th, so you don't want to be putting yourself in that kind of a hole with after Christmas break. So big game for Tampa, big game for Florida too, because if they can win, they can keep pace with Toronto Maple Leafs. This is not updated from Toronto win tonight, but I'll have this updated next time we do this. But yeah, Toronto's now at 44 points because I literally got this started as soon as the game ended. I started filming. So, anyways. Next game, the Islanders taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets at 7 p.m. Islanders are 23-8-3. Columbus is 16-14-6. Obviously, the Islanders would like to win tonight and pull within 6 of the Capitals if Capitals don't win. The Columbus Blue Jackets, if they can win, they'll go up to 40 points. Again, if they were sitting in a different division besides the Metro, they would be a lot closer to a playoff spot. I mean, not to say they're not super far out. 5 to 6 points right now isn't horrible, but you also saying last year I think they said they were about 7 to 8 points out. Usually meant you weren't making the playoffs, so they're right on that cusp because of the division they're in, which sucks because they've been playing a lot better lately. And Drunk Hockey Mom picked them to make the playoffs. It'd be kind of funny and hilarious if she actually got that right because no one would have at this point. But anyways, it's a big game for Columbus more than the Islanders. But Islanders would like to take this one and get 2 more points, get closer to Washington. Next game, Philly taking on the New York Rangers, 7 p.m. The Flyers are 20-11-5. The Rangers are 17-14-4. So again, New York's kind of in the same position as Columbus. They need this win to stay relevant and stay somewhat close and have any hopes to make the playoffs. Philly has been on an amazing streak, especially with the Oscar Lindbaum thing going on. They've been rallying behind that. That's been their cause, and I've always said teams that have a rallying point are going to be tough to beat. And they've been showing it, because if they can win tonight, they could jump over Carolina and Pittsburgh to jump into third place in this division, and only be 2 points behind Carolina, or the Islanders, if they lose this game against Columbus. So big game for Philly, bigger game, I think, for New York, because, again, they need wins. We'll see what happens that one. At 7:30 p.m., we got the Ottawa Senators taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Ottawa's 15-18-4, Buffalo's 17-13-7. So, yeah, again, Buffalo's tied with Florida for that third place, but they're out because they have more losses outside of regulation. That's the whole thing. Ottawa, again, if Ottawa can manage 2 points out of this, they'll only be 2 points behind Tampa Bay and 4 points, 5 points out of a playoff spot. So again, I know a lot of people are saying, they're not going to make it. Maybe. It depends on what they do with the trade deadline. If they don't sign Jean-Gabriel Pageau, that could be a huge hit. But I think if they start making a push at a playoff spot, maybe they'll keep him. It's interesting. I've been really interested in seeing how Ottawa does, just to see if they could do it. I think I would love to just see it. Just like, who would have ever thought Ottawa? Everyone picked them to be the worst team in this league this year, and they're not. They're not. They're kind of relevant, and if you play them soft, you're going to lose. So Buffalo, take that as a note. Buffalo, again, they need this win to stay pace with Atlantic since it's so tight-knit right now. They need this win. Next game, the Predators are taking on the Coyotes at 8 p.m. The National Predators are 17-12-6. The Coyotes are 21-13-4. As you can see, the Coyotes are tops of the Pacific, but they are tied with the Vegas Golden Knights and only 2 points ahead of the Oilers. So, yeah, they need this win just to stay in the tops of the Pacific. But I'm going to say it's a bigger game for Nashville. Nashville is 3 points out of playoff spot for the wild card that Calgary currently has. So this win could get them within 1 point if Calgary loses later against Minnesota. So big game, I would say, definitely for Calgary later on, because again, if Minnesota wins and Nashville wins, they will be pretty much on the cusp of being knocked out again from a playoff spot. So you don't want that if you're the Flames. We'll see what happens. Big games tonight for those two teams. Next, Winnipeg taking on the Montreal Canadiens at 8 p.m. Winnipeg's 21-13-12. The Canadiens are 17-13-6. So again, Montreal is sitting 1 point behind Florida for that position. So again, this could be completely different, especially this third spot after tonight's games. We'll see who all wins. And then obviously Winnipeg Jets are trying to stay ahead of the Dallas Stars, who are not playing tonight. So if they win, they could get a little bit more of a secure spot, be 2 points ahead of Dallas, and give them that extra little spot, little extra wiggle room ahead of them. Next, you got the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the New Jersey Devils at 8:30 p.m. Chicago's 15-16-5. The Devils are 11-19-5. Chicago, again, I don't see them being able to push into a playoff spot, but maybe if they can go on a win streak here, they could possibly do it. And again, I picked them at the beginning of the year to maybe make a good push. I thought they had one more run in them, and they have hints of it at times this year, but they can't get consistent enough to do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. In New Jersey, again, they're playing for the draft right now. I'm talking about moving several players. I've moved Hall. They've been playing better since Hall's been gone, and Jack Hughes is starting to play a lot better. I've seen him. I've watched some of their games. Jack Hughes is very noticeable on the ice. He still makes rookie mistakes, but he's only 18 years old. So again, this team has a good young core. I think they just need a couple of extra pieces, and possibly moving Subban if they can possibly figure a way to do that. And Wayne Simmons, get rid of some of those more veteran contracts for draft picks might be a good move. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The late games, Vancouver taking on the Edmonton Oilers at 10 p.m. Vancouver is 18-15-4. Edmonton's 20-15-4. So as you can see again, Edmonton's 44 points, only puts them 4 points ahead of Vancouver. Vancouver, if they win tonight, again, can push with Nashville and Minnesota for that last spot that Calgary has. So big game for Vancouver, more than I'd say for Edmonton right now, because Vancouver is pushing for that playoff spot. Also big game, I guess, for Edmonton, because again, yeah, if you lose this game, it's so tight-knit right now. If you lose a couple games in a row here, you could drop out a playoff spot, which is not something Edmonton wants right now. But I guess when you only are McDavid and Draisaitl with a couple people around them, it's hard. It's hard. We'll see what happens. Also at 10 p.m., you got the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Vegas 20-13-6. Avalanche are 22-11-3. Again, big game for Vegas. To keep pacing the Coyotes. Avalanche, kind of a big deal. Again, you want to keep ahead of Winnipeg as much as you can. You want to try and catch the Blues, but you're also in that kind of that limbo where you're 5 points from St. Louis. You're 4 points, 3, something like that ahead of Winnipeg. You're in that limbo of you have a little bit of a cushion ahead, and you're kind of too far to catch up. It's one of those where I guess the bigger game, I would say if I had to decide who's the bigger game, it would be for Vegas than Colorado. So we'll see what happens. And your last game of the night is the LA Kings taking on the St. Louis Blues at 10 p.m. The Kings are 15-19-4, 23-8-6. Again, St. Louis should win this. They're one of the best teams in the league. I could definitely see them possibly going to the Cup final again. I'm picking these two, honestly, for the Cup final, depending if they win the President's Trophy. because that usually means you won't win. If you know the curse of the NHL, President's Trophy means no cup. But I could definitely see those two being the cup final. It'd be a really interesting, high-scoring final if that happened. The Kings, though, are really good at home. They've been really good on the road lately, but they've been really good at home throughout most of the season. So maybe it'll be an upset tonight for the LA Kings, but I don't consider that to be a really important game for either team. Maybe more St. Louis just to keep ahead of Colorado just in case. But yeah, those are all the games that are on tonight. Again, the Minnesota-Cal game is about to start in just a few minutes here. So as soon as I'm done uploading this, I'll be putting that game on. And yeah, there are your games for December 23rd. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Zach from Say What Zach here. If you liked the video, give us a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.